Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for another Webex Wednesday at 1. I'm Kim.
And I'm Zach.
And we're from Hunger for Technologies. Make sure you're logged in when you're watching this today so that way you can comment. If you're not watching this live, you can still comment and we'll make sure to reach out to you as soon as we see them in our feed.
Heck yeah. So as you know the drill, every Wednesday at 1 we go live because companies, businesses, organizations have a need for virtual meetings and virtual events, pretty much anything virtual right now. If you've been following us, we've been doing a couple different series. This series we're on is how to get the most out of Webex. And today we're going to focus on one thing in particular, the new breakout sessions. So if you are new to Webex meetings, or if you are old to Webex meetings, I don't know how to phrase that, I'll just say old. I'm old to Webex meetings. It never had breakout sessions before. You only had them in events, right, Kim? You only had them in events?
No, in training.
Training, that's right,
yes.
Training. So now in meetings, you can have your own breakout sessions. And if you switch over to my other screen, I can show you kind of what it looks like because we've been playing with it and it's really cool. So I have some of my coworkers here. They're busy and or on lunch.
Hi,
guys. Yeah, Ryan is working away. We got Jared, Josh, and Ethan. If you ever call into our office for support, these, besides Ryan, are the people that'll be helping you out. So it's kind of cool to see that they're real and not just a robot sitting somewhere. To breakout sessions, let's jump on it. So as you can tell, it's kind of nowhere to be found down here at the bottom. Connect to audio, start video, share, record. We all know how that is. At the top is the new breakout area. And you can enable this only if you are the host or co-host. There we go, Kim. So as you can see on the side, Kim isn't in this meeting. I'm the only one. I'm the only host. So I'm going to start a breakout session. So let's enable breakout sessions. And right away, we get this little identification icon at the bottom that says we have the ability to do so. At the top, it kind of gives you a couple different options that are grayed out because we haven't really done anything yet. We haven't gotten to that point. We kind of need to sign some people up and make some sessions. So let's do that. Clicking on breakout sessions brings you to this screen right here, assignments. So we have 4 people in my meeting, technically 5, 4 people in the meeting, and we can assign them to as many sessions as we probably want. I mean, you can let your mind run wild here. If you had 100 people in a meeting and you needed to have 10 breakout sessions, you could.
I do believe that the most people that can be in a breakout session, though, is 100. We will figure that out, though, and post that in the comments.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll do the math. But for right now, let's just make it 2. Make it 2 sessions. Automatically versus manually. Kim, do you kind of want to explain that?
Yeah, so there are 2 different ways that you can put people into breakout sessions. Automatically means that they're just going to take the 5 people in that meeting and throw them into whatever group. This would be really great for networking or a team building activity where you don't have specific people that you want. Otherwise, when you do manually, it's nice if you're in a meeting and you want to break down into your team or, you're in a meeting with a customer and say, that's a great question. Let me break out with my team real fast. And then you would want to manually assign everyone who's on your team into that.
I like manually assigning people, and we'll do it for this instant alone. I stopped Ethan's video because he just got back from lunch and the man's hungry. So we're going to let him eat and not watch him eat because that's kind of weird. Create assignments. So we have 2 breakout sessions right here. You can see that we are not assigned just yet. Imagine if you had 100, you could search. You can search for Kim. You can search for Zach, for Ben. For now, let's just type in like Ethan. Boom, he's already there. You can select all. We'll get to that in a second. So breakout sessions over here. I was testing it earlier, so we'll get rid of these. Normally, when you get into breakout sessions, it just looks like this. You have your group of people who are in your meeting, and then you have 0 breakout sessions. Well, let's make 2. We have some people in the office that enjoy one category of phone, and we have some people that enjoy other categories of phone. So let's name this one iPhone, people who need to learn how to use iPhone. We'll make it like a short, easy name. That's easy. Not really. Cool. I'm assuming you can guess what the other one is going to be. People who need to learn Android. Obviously, this is a hotly debated topic. Everybody talks about it all the time. Not really anymore because they're both great. I'm impartial, but they're both great. So I know that Ethan and Jared and Ryan all have Androids. So they need to learn more about iPhones. So I'm going to move them to a session, and I'm going to move them to people who need to learn iPhone. Boom. What that did was it just automatically dropped them in that session. They are now there, ready to go whenever we want to start it. Josh, I'm going to move to people who need to learn about Android because he has an iPhone. And, I'm going to be the one who teaches or is talking in the breakout session for the iPhone. I think the cool thing about breakout sessions is kind of what I was just saying. Like, you can teach in them. Kim mentioned way long ago when we first started this series that when she went to physical conferences, they had breakout sessions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you'd go to different rooms, you'd hear different people talk, you'd be in different conversations, and that's kind of what Webex has done in the virtual world, is that they've allowed you to go and say, hey, I don't want to listen to Zach talk about iPhone, I'd rather learn about Android from Kim. So if Kim was in this meeting, we could pop over to her meeting. That's manually. Automatically, we could have it set, and they could automatically drop in. But, let's just start it. Let's start a session and see what happens. So once we start, you get this. Breakout sessions have started. You're assigned to the people who need to learn iPhone sessions. You can join now or you can join later. I want to join now. We want to get this going as quick as we can. So, cool. Ryan actually listened to me. This is awesome. I appreciate him.
And if you notice, the cool new feature about breakout sessions in Webex meetings is that you can see Ryan's video now. So
yes, you can.
Not only do they have breakout sessions in meetings, but they have breakout sessions with video. So.
Yeah. Oh, Ethan did join. Awesome. So the one thing that's different about breakout sessions is that once I start a breakout session, once I create it, once I join it, everybody else can join. There is a button on their end, and I wish I could show you that. There's a button on their end that says join. So they have to join the breakout session. They have to be a part of it to join it, to be a part of it, to be there. I'm sure there are other people in different sessions, and we can even see through this who's in the right session. So when they're bolded, that means they're actively in that session, ready to go, ready to chat, their video's on, they are present in that session. Jared and Josh haven't joined a session yet. I know because they're both on lunch. That's fine. But they're just hanging out. They're kind of in like a limbo, waiting to hit that join button to join the session. So don't have to worry about it. We're going to exit out of this. A quick overview of breakouts. You might notice that they have a lot of capabilities as a regular meeting, and that's because they do. You can take notes, you can do chat, you can even do polling. Wink, wink. This might be in the future in these areas, so that in each breakout session, it's kind of like its own mini meeting. But if I was in this session and I wanted to say what iPhone is the best, I could put that in there if I wanted to. So it's really great. Breakout sessions are really going to be hugely beneficial.
Really easy, really simple.
It's so simple. It's so simple. And I think it's great for larger companies because, like we've said, like we're not going to be away from virtual events for a while. Virtual meetings are always going to take place. Adding little things like this when they know they're going to work, when they know they're secure, is a great benefit to a lot of bigger companies and small companies combined. I mean, there are plenty of times that I'm sure our company could use this because we have a support team, we have our Webex team, we have phones. And after a huge meeting, if we could just break out into those little meetings and talk on our own, that'd be great. It's great. From here, we have a couple different things we can do, but let's just say we want to leave the session. We're done talking. I appreciate everything that everybody said. Ethan's hair is on top today. It's amazing. Ryan is still working away.
Yeah, shout out to Ryan at Hungerford Media for joining today, and
We
our
appreciate it. And our great
support
support
team.
desk. Yeah. So let's leave the session. One thing to note about leaving the session, and you'll notice this when we all get out of the session. We'll also close every single one and all breakout sessions. You can't join because the session will close in 57 seconds. What happens is it gives you a timer. You can set that timer, I think I tested it and it's like 5 seconds to minute to even longer. What happens is in that breakout session now, they are told, hey, 60 seconds and this breakout session will close. That's great.
Finish your conversations and you'll
Exactly.
be brought back in.
Yep. So if Kim's like wrapping up her convo and she's like, cool guys, 1 minute left, anything big today, this is our takeaway topics, you could talk about all that. But the good thing is that it alerts everybody to what's going on already. And as you can tell, since Jared and Josh never joined, they're still here hanging out. They are muted. That's how they came in. But the cool thing about breakout sessions is when Ethan and Ryan come out of here, they might still be talking in that breakout session. Well, if I'm the host and I want to be like, hey, everybody, thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it. You know, your contribution was greatly appreciated. What's going to happen is when they join, they're automatically muted. So any conversation that they were having, or if they were wrapping it up, or if anything was being said, they're not going to be like over talking me or the other host. They kind of just slide in and they're good to go. You have anything to say about that, Kim?
No, I just think that's a great option. Just you might have to remind people the first few times they use these breakout sessions to unmute themselves. But it's great in case you're having a breakout session, say you're with a client and you guys want to break out with your sales team, you don't accidentally say things or you're not accidentally thrown in still speaking. So
Yeah, you're kind of just
great,
like
super easy to use. If anyone has any questions,
yeah.
definitely reach out.
Yeah, and like Kim said before, if you want to reach out, I'll show you the website really quick. We usually don't bring it up we usually bring it up in the beginning. But what we'll do is I'll just pop it up on my screen right now, cover up everybody else. So if you go to hungerford.tech, it'll pop up our website in the top right. Is where you're going to want to go. Now, if you can't get to our website, if it's slow, kind of like today, you can email us at info@hungerford.tech. We see those, we see all that information. If you go to services, Cisco Webex Wednesday at 1 archives. So everything that you want to see is right here. Everything that you would need is right there. We have past videos. Maybe one day we'll tell you what our future videos will be. Who knows?
We might have dropped a hint though.
We might have dropped a hint in this one about polls. Who knows? Kim, do you have anything else to share from today? Did I miss anything?
No, I don't think so. I think you did a great job. But if anyone, as always, has any questions, feel free to reach out. And I'll link this in the comments too. So that way people can find it right away and not have to go through our site.
Sweet. Yeah, and like I said, if you are, a full feature, if you want a full feature free trial of Webex, or you're an existing Webex customer, reach out to us. We have no problem. We're starting to make a team now. We're starting to get more together. It's great. I'm around more. Ben's around more. Well, not really. Kim's around more. But we want to answer your questions. We want to help you out. Next week, we'll be continuing the series, and we're going to be talking about polls. So those have also been kind of revamped. They're a lot easier to work with now. And we'll talk about those. But as always, thanks for joining us here at Hungerford Tech. We appreciate you being here. Have a great afternoon.
Bye, guys.